Have you noticed how grocery prices seem to jump every time you blink and certain items vanish overnight? You're not imagining it. The U.S. food supply chain is dealing with one crisis after another, from extreme weather to manufacturing bottlenecks. And when the right factors line up, entire product categories can disappear for weeks or even months. Today, I'm breaking down 5 grocery items that could vanish faster than you think. And more importantly, I'll share the exact steps you can take right now to stay ahead. This is especially important if you're living on a fixed income in retirement, running a big family that shops at places like Walmart, Aldi, Sam's, or Costco, or you're a student or young adult trying to stretch every dollar. Stick with me until the very end, because the final tip has saved my household hundreds of dollars during past shortages. And most people completely overlook it. We're not panic buying here. We're making smart, strategic moves before the shelves go bare. Let's start with the one category that's facing a double threat. Imagine walking into your favorite grocery store, heading straight for the canned goods aisle, right, and finding shelf after shelf completely bare. No diced tomatoes, no green beans, not even the cat food cans you normally grab without thinking. That's not a random fluke. It's a perfect storm brewing in the background, and most shoppers have no idea it's happening. Here's the twist. The real problem isn't just the food inside the cans, it's the cans themselves. The U.S. is facing an aluminum shortage so severe that major suppliers are reporting production delays of up to 6 weeks. Aluminum is extremely energy intensive to produce, and with fuel and electricity costs skyrocketing, manufacturing has become slower and far more expensive. On top of that, a major cyber attack on a national food distributor has thrown supply chains into chaos, creating ripple effects across nearly every supermarket chain. Industry reports are predicting a 35% drop in canned goods availability by March 2025. And when cans get scarce, stores have to prioritize which products get packaged first. And guess what? Soda and beer companies usually win that battle over vegetables and soups. The disappearance happens in a predictable order. First to go, organic canned tomatoes and specialty beans. Then the premium brands vanish because people grab what they recognize first. By the time shoppers start considering store brands, the shelves are already empty. Here's how you stay ahead. Go for store brands early. They're often made in the exact same facilities as name brands, just with different labels, and they tend to stay in stock longer. Check the production date, not just the expiration date. The fresher the can, the longer it will last in storage. Rotate your stock. Use a first-in, first-out system so you're always consuming the oldest items first. Store smart. Keep cans in a cool, dry place, 50 to 70 degrees, and off concrete floors to prevent moisture damage. These simple steps mean you'll still have a pantry full of essentials while everyone else is fighting over the last can of name brand soup. Walk down the aisle of any specialty grocery store right now, and you might notice something alarming. Those bottles of premium cooking oils and authentic vinegars are either climbing in price by the week or quietly disappearing altogether. Behind the scenes, it's a mix of tariffs, supply bottlenecks, and even shady practices that are driving this shift. Let's start with tariffs. Imports from certain regions, especially avocado oil from Mexico and sesame products from Asia, are being hit with steep taxes, in some cases up to 25%, 300%. That $15 bottle of roasted sesame oil you've always kept in your pantry could soon cost $40 or more. Olive oil from specific Italian regions has jumped over 70% in price in just 2 months, forcing small restaurant owners to either cut quality or raise menu prices dramatically. But here's what most home cooks don't realize. Some suppliers have started mixing premium oils with cheaper alternatives to keep costs affordable. That means the avocado oil you bought last week might not be pure at all. The same goes for specialty vinegars. Balsamic from Modena or aged black vinegar from China takes years to produce. Once stocks run out, there's no way to replenish quickly. So how do you beat this trend? Buy smaller bottles. Oil starts degrading once opened, so smaller quantities stay fresher and reduce waste. Store in dark glass bottles away from heat and light. Oils last longer in these conditions. Time your purchases. Specialty stores often restock on Tuesday afternoons, right after restaurants place their orders. Make your own. Infuse neutral oils with herbs, garlic, or spices, and create flavored vinegars at home. It's cheaper, customizable, and avoids the price hikes on ready-made imports. By getting strategic now, you can keep your cooking flavorful and authentic without paying luxury-level prices in the months ahead. Picture walking into the produce section and seeing strawberries for $8 a pound, blueberries priced like gourmet chocolate, and empty spaces where raspberries used to be. This isn't just seasonal fluctuation. It's a combination of extreme weather, transportation costs, and shifting market dynamics that's turning fresh berries into a luxury item. California and Florida supply nearly all of America's winter berries, but this past season has been brutal. California growers were hit with the coldest frost in 30 years, wiping out nearly 40% of crops overnight. Florida faced a bizarre weather swing. An unusually warm December tricked plants into blooming early, followed by a January cold snap that destroyed up to 60% of the season's output. Even when berries make it to warehouses, the cost of getting them to stores is skyrocketing. New emissions regulations have forced many small trucking companies to cut routes rather than invest in expensive upgrades. Some truckers are outright refusing berry shipments because refrigeration costs outweigh their profits. The result? Berries sitting in storage while prices for the few available shipments soar. Here's how to protect your wallet and still enjoy these nutrient-packed foods. Buy frozen, picked at peak ripeness. Frozen berries are often more nutritious than fresh that's been in transit for days. Stock up during sales. Divide large bags into smaller portions using vacuum-sealed bags to last up to 18 months. Watch for patterns. Mexico's berry season is starting early this year, so prices may dip slightly before rising again. Think beyond berries. Specialty produce like avocados and bell peppers will follow the same shortage pattern. So buy extras when prices are low and store them properly. By making the shift to frozen or strategically timed purchases, you can still keep berries in your diet without feeling the sting of luxury-level produce prices. You head to the dairy aisle ready to grab a carton for breakfast or baking, and instead you find row after row of empty shelves. No large, no medium, not even the cracked ones that usually get pushed to the back. That scene has been playing out in stores across the country, and it's not just a one-off problem. The main culprit? One of the worst bird flu outbreaks in U.S. history. The H5N1 strain has forced farmers to cull over 30 million chickens in multiple states in just months. And it hasn't spared small free-range farms either. Some have lost their entire flocks in a single weekend. The result? Supply plunges and prices can double overnight. At one point, wholesale prices hit at $8 per dozen, and some restaurants started adding extra charges per egg just to keep menu prices manageable. The tricky part is that bird flu comes in waves. Even when prices dip temporarily, another outbreak can send them soaring again. This makes the egg market unpredictable, especially around high-demand times like Easter or the holiday season. Here's how to keep eggs, or at least their nutritional equivalent, in your kitchen. Freeze them, crack, whisk, and pour into ice cube trays. 1 cube equals 1 egg and can be stored for months. Diversify protein sources. Canned tuna, beans, peanut butter, and chickpea flour can replace eggs in many recipes. Buy strategically, track local prices, and pick up extra when they drop, storing them safely to last longer. By getting ahead now, you'll avoid paying peak prices or scrambling for alternatives when the next shortage wave hits. Seafood lovers might want to brace themselves. The imported fish and shellfish market is on the verge of a major shakeup. The U.S. relies heavily on imports for products like shrimp, squid, and scallops, much of which comes from overseas processing facilities. Recent trade policies have slapped tariffs as high as 170% on squid imports from China, and that's before factoring in other import fees and safety-related recalls. The ripple effect is already visible. Prices for frozen shrimp and scallops have jumped over 60% in some regions, and that's just the beginning. When imports dry up, domestic seafood prices often spike by 200% or more. That means your go-to $12 salmon fillet could easily climb to $30 or higher in a matter of weeks. On top of that, product recalls are quietly removing tens of thousands of pounds of seafood from shelves. In one recent case, 45,000 pounds of frozen shrimp were pulled nationwide due to safety concerns. An unprecedented move, according to grocery managers I spoke with. Here's how to keep seafood in your diet without draining your bank account. Buy and freeze during sales. Look for wild-caught options under $8 per pound and store in vacuum-sealed bags for up to 8 months. Explore alternatives. Canned fish like tuna, sardines, and mackerel offer long shelf life and high nutritional value. Watch for menu changes. When restaurants start swapping premium seafood for domestic substitutes, retail prices are likely about to jump. With a little planning, you can ride out the seafood shortage while still enjoying high-quality protein, without paying premium prices at the peak of the crisis. These 5 categories, canned goods, specialty oils and vinegars, fresh berries, eggs, and imported seafood, may seem unrelated at first glance, but together they reveal a clear pattern. When supply chains get strained, certain products disappear in a predictable order, and prices rise long before most shoppers realize what's happening. The key takeaway here isn't to panic buy or clear the shelves. That only worsens shortages for everyone. Instead, focus on strategic preparation. Buy in reasonable quantities when prices dip, choose versatile alternatives, and store your food properly so it lasts as long as possible. These habits will not only help you weather shortages, but also save you money year-round. If you found these insights helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more practical grocery tips, and share this video with someone who could use a little extra preparation in their life. In next week's video, I'm going to reveal 3 insider grocery store secrets that could save you over $200 a month, even during high inflation and product shortages. Until then, stay prepared, shop smart, and remember, a little planning today can save a lot of stress tomorrow.